Hello, nice to meet you. I'm the Dr. Maxence Caillens. I'm from Paris. I am the medical director of Alma Laser since 50 years. I am also the international trainer of the society Philograph Filmed for the fibers. I am the creator of BioNutriLift, the protocol who helps the society Philograph to become an international brand for the feeders. And actually, I am the ambassador and the international trainer of the TESLAFormer society. And I just joined with Luis, your team, and I am now today the medical director for TESLAFormer France. We have the meeting for the dealers, and I will try to share my experience to help you to have better reasons to speak about our product. The problem with the medical doctor, when we look and we analyze the market and the mind of the doctor, they are open to have new technology, to have new device, but it's always expensive, and they are always afraid to be sure that if they buy one, they will use it and they will be able to sell the services. And when you ask the question to the medical doctor, the first problem they have is how they will be able to explain to their patient how it works, if the result will be there. When we give them some explanation about the device, the technical performances, and the studies, all the brands are able to do that, and they all say that they are the best. But when you explain to a medical doctor with simple words how it works, how we have to use it, they will understand the way to use the device, and it will be really easier to understand what they will do, and it will be easier to say, okay, I will try to take it in my office. So for that, we will just have to use easy things. And to give a medical explanation about the device, because when you say magnetical stimulation, they say, yes, it's new, but was it dangerous? Does it work? Since how many times? Is it so new? These are the questions they have in their brain. So when we will speak to them, we just have to give them before the answer, like that they don't have to have any question at the end of the discussion. I use on the title two new words. It's modulomusculation by auto-training. That's a marketing word, because we will have to impact and to make things to the medical doctor. What's modulomusculation? They will think it's new. What is it? Modulo just because we can do what we want. We will talk about musculation. Training is the thing that people don't like to do because we are tired when we do that, and you don't want to do that yourself. And when you make it auto without doing anything, it will be more funny. So that's just two words to impact their mind. To explain the product, the genesis of that technology has been made in the 19th century by Faraday, and he established the fundamentals of electromagnetic induction. The research of neurophysicists like Baker in 1989 demonstrate that a short, rapidly varying high-intensity electric current carrying through a coil of conductive wire, most often copper, generate a short-lived magnetic field capable of inducing an electric current in any excitable tissue. This magnetic stimulation made it possible to map the cerebral cortex in non-invasive and safe way. That's the first information that we can give to the medical doctor to explain them that it's an old technology and it's very safe because we use it on the brain without coming any damage. And that's important to tell them that we use that technology for a long time, it's not dangerous, and it's very useful. In 2011, neurologists used transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, to study and stimulate the brain. They use clinical application based on TMS to have also been developed to treat neurological or psychotic conditions such as depression, dystonia, pain, tinnitus, or take care of stroke. With regards of the motor cortex, for example, it is known that low frequency TMS pulse patterns, or those developed continuously, tend to depress local activity. So in that situation, we can stop the nervous. While high frequency discontinuous TMS tend to potentiate it. Okay. At this time, the foundation were laid for the future therapeutic and physical application. With these two information, you can give to the medical doctors that that technology has been used for a long time, have used with medical using with the FDA in USA. You can treat the depression and a number of treatment. And for the medical doctor, it's important because we will use now it on the muscles, and he is sure that we never have any damage in that condition. And it's important for them, very important. That's not a technology who fall down at the day. We have a long story about it. So, low frequency cause a decrease and an abolition of nerve impulse, analgesia, and soothing action. That will be more indications for next other treatments than muscles or fat. Just low frequency and low intensity. High frequency activation of impulse, motor actions adjustable in direction and intensity. That will be for the muscle stimulation, to use the carbohydrate, to use the fat, and the repetition at a short time between two sessions make it possible to sustain the effect. And that means that when we want to have a long effect for the pain, for example, or this morning we speak about the dysfunction, the erectile dysfunction. He says that he needs to have a lot of sessions to obtain a result, and after that result, perhaps 1 year after, he needs to do a little bit more to sustain that therapy. That's the information and the explanation. That means it's not a magical treatment. We have reason and we have scientific explication. And when you do that for a medical doctor, he will understand and he will believe you. So, we speak about the device and the technology in 2011. We are now in 2020. We have wait to have that sort of device because we need powerful enough generator and capacity. We are needed to generate efficient wave trains and electronic with computer to structure and secure the use of this technology for therapeutic and aesthetic purpose. So today we can say that TESLAFormer is the culmination in synthesis of magnetic stimulation serving aesthetic medicine. TESLAFormer actually is the most powerful and efficient magnetic stimulator on the market. He received in 2023 the Anti-Aging Trophy Awards for the best functional magnetic stimulator. About that, I just want to speak about you because we have a big brand in front of us, who are very, very aggressive against us. BTL, okay? And they always say, we are the best, we work well, you are nothing. The problem is BTL have some defect. The first, they are not powerful than us. On the paper, we have 3 Tesla, they are 2.5. But in the line, say to the medical doctor, test the 2 devices. Test at the maximum the BTL device and test our device at the maximum. And you will feel that with BTL you can sleep in the session because you feel your muscles moving, but it will not be very strong. And with the TESLAFormer, it will be impossible for you to sleep because it's really stronger. Or for the situation we need, we want to lose fat to use the sugar. And if you have not enough strong for the musculation when you use your muscles, you will have no results. When the people come to be helped to lose their fat and to have more muscles, they have fat. That means that they have a layer, a bigger layer than the other, and that layer of fat will stop a part of the energy of the stimulation. So in that condition, people who really need our help really need to have a big power to work on their body. And BTL, sorry, they haven't. They can work in 60% of the case, but they will not have the good results. And so we have a better device than there. And there is also a second problem with BTL for your client. It's BTL use microwave to mix in their device. And the microwave, they say that make it works better. But do you never have anyone say you that with the BTL product, when they use it, they have a big circle of very nice skin with pink skin on that part? Never. That means that the microwave they use did not work. They put a technology very expensive to try to sell you a more expensive device who don't work. And when they do that, they have a second problem. That device must have been changed every 600 hours. That means that if your clinic works well and you have to buy another device each 2 years, when you have a control tax by the state, they will say, hello doctor, you have bought one device, that means that for 600 hours of using, you have made 1,200 treatments at 100 euros. Where are the 1,200 euros? I don't see it on your paper. So that's another risk for people who try to buy that sort of device. First, you will pay a device who works less than yours, more expensive, and you can be catched by the tax control. Make your choice. So, for the medical explanation, during the muscular effort, the first 10 minutes consume blood, sugar, carbohydrates. The following 10 minutes, the endomuscular glycogen. And it is after that the fat body will be used by the cells. But to obtain that real possibility, you must have to have a high activity. That means that you must have to try to use the maximum of the power of the TESLAFormer. Because if you don't, you just do the exercise. For example, you say you have to walk. If you walk 20 minutes, you will use sugar. But if you run 5 minutes, you will use more than the 10 minutes of walking. And when you use the TESLAFormer, if you stay only at 60% of the possibility of the device, you lose 40% of the efficiency. People say, yes, but it's sometimes painful, we don't like it. Yes, but you must have to say to the patient, do you want some results or no? If you go in a fitness club and you just look at the device, you will never have any results. I have a tip and tricks to help you to work in that condition. When you try yourself to put up the level higher too fast, the patient say, no, I don't like it, I can't support. But if you explain them in 5 minutes that the results will depend on their capacity to let the power up, and you turn the device to them, you say, here is the place, you put your finger, and you go upper when you want. When I do it myself, I need 5 to 8 minutes to go to 100%. And when I let my patient do it himself, at 3 or 4 minutes, he's at 100% because he knows he will going up and he knows that he will have to support the treatment. And more you have the power, more efficient will be the results. And we have the most powerful device for that job. So if you don't use really the device, go and buy a BTL, of course. It's more expensive. So that would be the explanation. Why 30 minutes of using? I just give you the solution. The first 20 minutes will be to be in condition to try to use the fat, and the time after will be to make the job. So 45 minutes in that condition, for me it's the minimum. And for the power, we say usually more than 60%. The deal, the goal is to obtain 100% in each situation. What are the promises of this technology? The controlled action of the muscle, of the muscle contraction in duration and intensity will allow to cause the development of new muscle fibers and to locally consume local energy reserves, vascular, sugar, endomuscular, glycogen, and adipocyte. The problem when you want to make new muscle, it was like if you go in a fitness room. If you just take the weight of 10 kilos and you try to make the movement, you can do it for 2 months and you will have not so much muscles. We are okay. If you try to take 30 or 40 kilos, at this time, because you oblige your body to do something that he don't used to do, he will need to have more fiber. Even you work in a factory, if in a room you have 2 persons who work each day to move 200 pieces, they will do it for 6 months, and one day you say there is 300 pieces to move, they do it the first day, the second day you say yes, there is also 300 pieces, they will do it, and the third day you say we have 400 pieces to move. And the 4% will go to see the chief and say, we will go in stroke because it's too much. If you don't take more person to help us, we will stop working. So, if you don't oblige your body to do things that he don't used to do, you never be able to develop new fibers in the muscles. So that's why you must have to use the capacity of the device and to push it up. You don't have to be comfortable when you work. you must have to do something not comfortable, but not painful. And at this time, you will have great results. So, depending on the frequency and the intensity of the session, it will be possible either to increase muscle mass or to consume fat tissue, either both of them. And it's important also for the medical doctor to remember them that electromagnetic stimulation is not electrical stimulation. The latter was a medieval torture instrument which with patches superficially stimulate the muscles without reaching therapeutic intensity because the electric shocks became unbearable and just stimulate the muscles in superficially. That's why the reasons of the commercial failure of this device. With magnetic stimulation, the only feeling is that the muscles contraction, and you just have to start gradually to avoid the muscle strain, but the many programs developed by our clinician will be there to assist you and make the session comfortable and safe. This is the demonstration. It is possible to potentiate the therapeutic effect. We see that with the sonic shaper. We can do that also with cryoliposis. We must have to know that the clinic and the medical doctors that want to have a new device have already a cryoliposis device in their clinic. And the TESLAFormer will be a possibility for them to reuse their device in that condition, because the cryoliposis transforms the white fat in brown fat. And that's very important because the white fat, it's a protective one, not accessible, and it's like Fort Knox. If you want to try to take the gold in that bank, you must have a very good team to come in, and it's really difficult to take the gold. And the brown fat, it's like a normal bank. You just have to come with your credit card and you take all the money you want. It's easy. And when you use a cryoliposis on a place, and after that you use the TESLAFormer device, you will be able to use the fat, the brown fat which is disponible, okay? So the synergy of the two actions will amplify the therapeutic effect. It's possible to use also the radiofrequency, ultrasound, and TESLAFormer is now the modular musculation tool who access to the auto-training. During the session, it will no longer be possible to make fat while watching Netflix, but losing it, yes. In my office, I have an iPad, and for the session, they can watch a movie during the session. There is more benefit of magnetic fields, and we pass this one, and says that now TESLAFormer is the most powerful and efficient magnetic stimulator of the market. It is now equips big names in medicine and cosmetic surgery. Isn't it the choice of the best? No, the best of the choice. And we have changed one sentence. Now we can say no pain but gain. And I have to speak about a last thing. We always speak about fat, always speak about muscles, but the magnetic stimulation is able in physiological condition to have more actions. The human body is controlled by different effectors. Motor commands through the central nervous system, visceral management through the sympathetic and parasympathetic system, circulatory management by the vessels and the lymphatic networks, and the management of multifunction by the endocrine system. But also by stimulating local microcurrent who are able to make vasodilation, biostimulation, anti-inflammatory, analgesic. The traditional Chinese medicine speaks of energy of meridians, that it stimulates with needles. We talk about acupuncture. You know that with acupuncture we are able to perform cesarean and we can operate conscient patients. It's very important. And at low frequency and low energy, TESLAFormer is able to generate that microcurrents. That's why when we use that device, we will be able to work on the pain, we will be able to work on the microcirculation, we can have an anti-inflammatory position, and with that we have a number of therapeutic possibilities. In surgical body contouring, we can make a preparatory session. We will prepare the ground by improving circulatory and tissue repairs flow. In post-operative session, to accelerate tissue repair, improve lymphatic and vascular circulation, and have an analgesic and anti-inflammatory action, but also by stimulating the muscles at 10 Hz, not so much, because we don't want to make working a lot the muscle, but we want to create a vibration. And that vibration will be painless, and in that situation, the movement of the muscles under the dermis will break the small fibers of fibrosis who will begin to come in the cicatrization in post-operation, and all the adhesion we have and the surgeon hate can be stopped in that condition. And it is the moment when you make the operation just after to use that device to permit to stop all the fibrosis who have the baddest results in post-operation. We have a lot of more indication with TESLAFormer, and thank you for your attention.